Hey, this is Skylar Pond of Excellence Chiropractic. I'm going to show you something you can do so that you can use your kettlebell armbar stability moves when you don't own a kettlebell. I hear this from my patients all the time. I teach them great stuff to stabilize their shoulder and their wrist, but then they don't transfer that on and take that as a long-term solution because they don't own a kettlebell. So I'm going to show you what to do for the bottoms up kettlebell move. I use this an awful lot lately for people who have wrist issues when they get injured with hyperextension, either from handstand push-up or from clean. They oftentimes have shoulder issues as well, because if you have a hypomobility in your shoulder, you have to overcompensate for that with the wrist, and you end up with both being problematic at the same time. So I'm going to show you a move that's good for both. I'm going to show you the bottoms up kettlebell move. You're probably familiar with this one already if you watch many of these sorts of videos. You're going to get that bell straight up in the air, and then lock your shoulder down, push the shoulder blade down onto the floor. Now, this is just good for stabilizing the wrist. Your hand gets real tired real fast, especially if you do a bit of the first part of a Turkish get-up, and then you do some protraction, retraction of the shoulder. This gets really hard to hold up, and that bell wants to come down on you, and that's where the wrist stability and shoulder stability come in. Okay, but you don't own a kettlebell at home, and you want to keep doing this. One thing you can do is use a pinch mechanism. When you pinch with your fingers, it's very, very demanding on the strength of your wrist and your hand. This is highly recommended in a lot of physical therapy circles. So one thing I tell people to try is pinch a book. Even though it's a light book, this is just as hard as that 35-pound bell is for me. If you want something that's going to be a little more fatiguing, a little more quickly, try taking two books and pinch them together, because they won't slide past each other unless you really pinch that thing. And you can easily transfer this into an armbar position as well. All right, you have no more excuses why you're not doing your shoulder or wrist stability now.